Okay then, today we're going to go over everything you need to know about Samarine. Okay then, starting off with Samarine's typing then, it is a water metal typing, so defensively we are weak to plant, earth, toxic, brawler, and we are quad weak to electric. And for resistances, we resist type plus, water, bug, air, mind, ancient, and we quad resist ice and metal. So that's a lot of resistances, but defensively, I don't think Samarine is like that amazing because we're weak to Earth, Toxic, and Brawler, which is some of like the most and the best offensive typings like I would say in the game. So I think the weaknesses kind of outweigh the resistances quite a little bit, although it does have like some pretty good resistances, like quad resisting Ice and Metal I would say is pretty good in general. And offensively we can hit Fire, Earth, Electric, Ice, Light, and Ancient for super effective damage. Okay then, getting onto the stats then, we have 120 health, 87 energy, 170 melee attack, 72 melee defense, 33 range attack, 59 range defense, and 80 speed. So as you can see, we are definitely going to be a melee attacker. 117 melee attack is nothing to scoff at, that's pretty high. Unfortunately, it doesn't have an ability to boost its damage, but it has got Sharpen, which we'll go over later, okay? Wouldn't really recommend using this thing as a range attacker, unless you're trying to meme. I mean, it does have Water Bomb, I guess, but that's probably all it has. It might have Tsunami, I don't actually remember off the top of my head. Also, we'll get to moves and abilities later, okay? For all the health on the defenses then, kind of, I guess, similar to Wiki Wiki, where Wiki Wiki has, like, very low defenses. 72 melee defense, I would say, is a little bit below average. 59 range defense is well below average, but the health makes up for it, still making it overall pretty bulky. The speed then is a really good speed tier. It outspeeds a lot of the tanks. It's a pretty average speed here, I would say. And then because it has River, which again, we'll go over the abilities in a second, it's a pretty good speed tier to be at because after like one turn, it can basically outspeed most of the game, which is pretty darn good. And then for the energy, it's a little bit like below average, like, although it is still works. Like AS7 is like one base stat below the starters. You gotta invest a little bit more into its energy TP wise to also get to that 250 energy point, a level 50, but it's still down pretty good, okay? So overall, I would say Samarine's stats are pretty good overall. Okay then, now let's go over the abilities then. So the first ability is going to be Rev Up, which raises your speed by one stage at the end of every turn. The second ability is going to be Terrifying, which will lower the melee attack stats of all of the opponent Loomians that are on the field by one stage every time that you come into the battle. And then the secret ability is Frenzy. For this one, whenever you KO a Loomian, whatever energy they had as they fainted will be drained and added to your own energy. So out of these abilities, I would definitely say that the secret ability is cool, don't get me wrong, but it's probably the less important for Samarine, to be honest. Rev Up also really nice for like a setup sweeper, and then Terrifying for like a bulky, slow pivoter because it has got Baffle, which again, we'll go over in a minute because moves are next. And now finally onto the moves then. So starting off with the level up moves then, we get Tune Up, Spray, Metal Swipes, Provoke, Chomp, Bash, Sharpen, Water Bomb, Baffle, and Aqua Jaws. Then we evolve and get Plunge as our evolution move, and our last level up move is Double Whack. So also out of all of these moves, there's only one new move that Samarine gets, which is Plunge, and right now only Samarine has it. Basically for Plunge, it's a stronger Submerge, which what the Dripple line gets, although there's no secondary effect. The first turn it just dives, the second turn it just does a lot of damage, whereas Submerge is a weaker variant, but on the second turn when it does damage, it also bypasses Scapegoat. Plunge shouldn't bypass Scapegoat, it's just like a stronger version of Submerge without any secondary effects. And then for MMs, we are running Dodge, Ill Will, Tsunami, and Muspbatter. Not really sure if anyone's going to really use any of these MMs, although when Dodge, I guess if you're holding like a health amulet, could be like, I guess, useful. And then for the rally moves, we only have two rally moves. The first one is Steel Crusher, just a stronger stab move. And we also have Thunder Chomp, which I think is actually a really nice move because it lets us hit water types that otherwise resist water and metal. And it also lets us hit other metal types. So yeah, overall, I would say Samarine is pretty darn good. Really fast then, before we end off the video, we're going to go over a couple of potential sets that you might want to check out, okay? So the first one is just like your typical Rev Up sweeper. Not sure if this video is going to go up first or my Samarine PvP video on the main channel, but basically this is the one that I've checked out first, which is just like your typical Rev Up ability, so you can get speed increase, Sharpen as your boosting move to increase your power output and also accuracy for your moves that aren't 100% accuracy already, and basically it's free attacks, which I would probably recommend Steel Crusher as your best metal move, Thunder Chomp for coverage, and then you can either go Aqua Jaws or Plunge as your water stab. I would probably choose Aqua Jaws because also it lowers melee defense every time that you use it, and after a Sharpen it's not going to miss, but if you want to use Plunge and try it, feel free to go for it. And the other set people are potentially looking at is maybe a Terrifying Baffle set. Baffle is a really good move, and it's just a pivot move, and with the typing, like, it has got a lot of resistances. Just watch out for the weaknesses, okay, that you have, but basically it's just running, I guess, Terrifying and Baffle. Not really sure what else this specific set could run. I mean, I guess you got dodge, you have got provoke, so it can do like some weird things. But yeah, all on that low, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.